What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ricky Unboxed here, and today we are diving into the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now I went ahead and got it in the titanium colorway. Now this actually comes with an orange band. Just going around the box, pretty standard packaging on the outside, but the box is a lot beefier than the standard Galaxy Watch boxes. But just going ahead and looking at it, you automatically are greeted with a picture of the watch face, and we're just going to take it out of the box. Now we have two separate boxes inside of this packaging. They have separated the watch band from the actual watch face. We'll go ahead and look at the watch face first. So just lifting off that box, and boom guys, we're greeted with that watch. Now first impressions, the watch face itself is a lot smaller than the outer housing, I guess you can say. And just going around, you have speakers on the outside. This is our latching mechanism for our bands. We also get a new button there in the middle, is our action button, as well as our home button and back button. And then just moving on to the bottom of the device, you have all of your sensors. One of the key differences between the Apple Watch Ultra and this watch, on the sensors on the bottom, is the cadence sensor. Now this sensor just gives you the ability to measure the number of pedal revolutions per minute when you are cycling. It enables you to monitor just how fast you are pedaling. Now just moving on to the rest of the contents that are inside this box. On one side we have our manual, just typical information on the device. I'm not going to really get into it there guys. And then on the other side we have our charging cable. Now one interesting thing to note with this charging cable is just how powerful that magnetization is guys, and we'll get into that in a second. Now we have USB-C here on one side, and then we have obviously our charger on the other side, which is the magnet. So just going ahead and feeling around with it, it does feel a little bit slack, like it can move very easily. I think Samsung could have did a bit of a better job with the magnetization here, but just keep in mind that you still have the ability to lift it up. Like it's still pretty strong. It's not like it's gonna like fall very easily or dismount. It's just, you know, it's a little bit more of a weaker style magnet. Just keep that in mind guys. Now as for the watch band, I ended up going with the marine band. As soon as you open up the box, you're greeted with it, and you can see there the material is supposed to be a nitric rubber, which is supposedly very durable as well as easy for draining water and water activities. I kind of like the texture, it's really nice, and I like the design itself. Looks very elegant, very sleek. Now as for the watch band, it is a one size fits all, so just keep that in mind guys. It does make the band look a little bit more beefy in my opinion. And then on the other side of the band you have this latch that you'd latch in the band when you're putting it on your hand. It's very snug. It's not going to really move around that easily, so I really like that. Now just putting the watch band onto the watch, you can kind of just push the band onto the watch, though I did find it a little bit hard for me to push it in. I could just push that button there at the bottom and then have it snug in really nicely. You also have a two latch mechanism that keeps the watch band on your wrist very securely. It feels very nice, and it's definitely going to come in handy when you're doing those intense sports and swimming activities. Now just turning this watch on for the first time, Samsung on there, and then we have the welcome with this cool little animation guys. Really nice, I like it. We're just gonna go ahead and set this up real quick. I'm gonna grab my Z Fold. As soon as you open up the phone, it prompts you, hey, there's a watch you want to connect, and then you just go through the setup process there, and then it'll download the software guys, and then we will move on to the final setup process, which is just personalization settings, what applications you want to run on the watch, and you know, just some typical personalization stuff. So as soon as you finish all that, it does a final device load up, and then it says you're all set up and ready to go. Now you can go through some of the settings here on the phone, but we're gonna just close the phone and do it all on the watch here. Prompts you, do you want to do a tour? We're gonna skip the tour guys, but there it is, the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now I didn't mention this before, but I do think that Samsung did copy a lot of Apple's technique here. I don't know, they're copying each other, what's going on, but they blatantly just kind of stole the Apple Watch Ultra, a lot of their features, and just kind of tweaked it a little bit here. Now one thing I do want to mention is definitely going to be that circular bezel and the ability to not be able to rotate that bezel. Now I really liked the ability to do that in the Galaxy Watch 7 Classic. I think that was one of their best watches. I do have a video on that if you guys do want to go ahead and check it out. But just moving on to the specs of this watch, we have a 100-hour battery life. Now coming in with a 590 milliamp hour battery, we were able to get just over 4 days of battery life, which is absolutely insane to me, guys. Now in terms of the new action button, if you're like me that randomly accidentally presses that action button, you are able to change it between a long press or a short press, which can come in handy if you accidentally press that button. Moving on to the double pinch gesture. Now again, this is something that, you know, Apple kind of came out with first, and then yeah, so if you do that double press with the index finger and your thumb, you get to activate this gesture command. Now there's another cool one as well that's called knock knock. You can also enable that. It doesn't come enabled out of the box, so you have to turn it on, and it's basically just you knock knock with your fist and it will launch an application. Now you can interchange this between different applications, but it comes preset to the sports app. So as soon as you knock knock, now I do wish that they had incorporated the pinch gesture to allow you to actually select applications after using the knock knock gesture. Now something that you can use the pinch gesture for is taking photos, and this can actually be really cool. So I'm just going to demonstrate this using my Z Fold 6. So say for instance you want to take a photo, simply point the phone in the direction you want to take the photo and use the double pinch gesture, and it will launch the camera application on the watch. Now this is my first time doing this, so I just have to allow my location on the device, and then there you go. Now this isn't a new feature. Most smartwatches in this space can allow you to mirror your phone and your camera on your watch face. Now once you get your desired shot, simply double tap to enable the gesture and a countdown will begin, and voila, it will take a photo. Now something like this can come in handy for group shots and things of that nature. I also found it really cool how the Z Fold utilizes the screen to show a preview of the images that were just taken. But if you guys want to see more about the Z Fold 6, go ahead and hit the link up above. But that's everything right now. We're going to get that out of the way and get back to this watch, guys. So yeah, as you guys can see, it is a pretty cool watch. We're just going to go ahead and show you guys, even if you want to, while the phone is put away, you can still launch that camera app from the watch and, you know, launch the application. But it's pretty cool, guys. I like it. The knock knock feature, the pinch feature, I think they can utilize this in different ways. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to go forward with this in the future. Again, really cool watch, guys. I really like this. Now, I don't think I mentioned this before, but this watch is IP68 water resistant, which also allows you to go all the way down to 100 meters of depth in water, but only for 10 minutes. So guys, it's not really a specialized watch for certain diving and hardcore water sports and activities, but you still have the ability to go 100 meters in water. Now that's everything I have on the Samsung Watch Ultra. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are going to be picking this up and what colorways you guys would pick this up in. But as always, guys, peace out, take care, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.